Here with
Roger from Agnostic Front.
and
Vinnie from Agnostic Front.
okay, and Agnostic Front has been around for a long time, 35 years, right?
Yes, sir,
And today we're
35
gonna
years.
recall all the beginnings. So, what was it like to start a band back 35 years ago? What was the scene like? What was the blueprint you guys were going after?
Just friendship, to be honest with you. We
A
started.
wing and a prayer.
Yeah.
That's all it was. It was just fun, a good time. You know, Roger's a good guy, friends. You want to go? We go. A few beers, march around,
You know,
jump off the stage,
it
support
was a
our
great,
band.
it was a great magical time back then between New York City and everything that was happening. You know, so it was cool.
How long did it take before things started to get a little bit serious? You know, with the recordings and then getting
I don't
stuff
think we
out.
really got serious with any recordings till maybe like the Cause for Alarm
Yeah.
time, maybe. We were just enjoying the moment, the times, even through Victim in Pain. Really, I think once Cause for Alarm kicked in is when things got a little bit more serious.
So let's go to the beginning. Maybe you can show the first record, which
Well,
is
this is the first LP,
Yes.
which is Victim in Pain. But prior to this one, we released United Blood, which was a single.
single,
7-inch.
yes.
And then shortly after United Blood, we released Victim in Pain.
EP, 10 song EP, United Blood before this. A year later, we did that.
Yep.
And how did the people respond when that came out?
Oh, they love this record. I think this is the record that actually truly put what they would consider New York hardcore on the map, because it was an LP. It was something big, longer
Yeah.
than. There was a lot of great bands that already had records out 7 inches, including our United Blood 7-inch, Antidote 7-inch, Abuse 7-inch, Cause for Alarm 7-inch,
Waves.
Urban Waves 7-inch.
Ultraviolet.
Ultraviolet didn't have a 7-inch yet,
no?
though. No. But anyway, you put it, you know, this. And then the Crowd had an LP too, which was
Yeah,
another
yeah.
great record too. But then this one just, you know, took it a little bit further, and
It was a little more street.
yeah,
You know, that's
pretty
all.
much.
But it was, a little, you know,
Yeah,
When you look back at it now, what do you think?
fucking masterpiece.
yeah, masterpiece.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, everything about it, even the
Yeah.
recording was crazy. It was all an
Everything.
experiment, the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, from the band to the recording.
Yeah, the tempo, the timing, the
Everything.
tuning. You put those three T's together, out the window.
Yeah.
Now things got even more bizarre with the second album, which was
Cause for
Cause for
Alarm.
Alarm. I mean, worldwide recognition because the first album was very difficult to find at that time. But this one,
Well, this one, by the time Cause for Alarm came out, we were kind of pretty much established on an independent label, you know, which is what I think at the time it was Combat and then became Combat Core.
yes,
It was a little bit more independent. They were already used to releasing records, a lot of more metal records. And
kind of a crossover thing going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, we had a friend do the cover to that.
Yeah,
there.
Sean Taggart did the cover. We had our friends play with us. Alex Connon, who was in Cause for Alarm, joined us. Joined me, Rob, and Vinnie.
Yeah, that's
and
why
then we had Louis Beto from Carnival join us on drums. So it was
We named it Cause for Alarm,
Yeah.
like for them guys. too.
pretty much.
Now, also there was something about lyrics on this record, right?
Right.
Can you explain what it was?
I don't know. What do you want to know about lyrics?
Something about Pete Steele being
Oh
involved.
yeah, Pete Steele.
Yeah.
Pete Steele was
Who's now sadly gone.
Yeah, was very involved with Cause for Alarm. We did a good 3 songs for sure. I'd have to go back and look at it, but for sure he was very involved with. So was Louis Beto. It was kind of a combination of Carnivore and Agnostic Front because we were managed by the same people. So we just always hung
Yeah,
out,
we
went to each
needed a
other's
drummer for the
shows,
time.
and we just looked out for each other pretty much. That's what it was all about.
Now, also this album got the name out there internationally. I think.
I think so too.
I would be seeing like features in British magazines.
Yeah,
so,
it wasn't just about every Kerrang and everything like that. It did. It's when we were officially on a realistic label, and it branched out a little bit more than America or the UK. It went as far as into all different countries. I mean, even Russia had it and everything. You know, not officially.
Speaking
but
of that, did you find people from like all over the world relating to what you were doing?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it didn't stop there. The next album, my personal favorite.
Liberty and Justice.
Yes.
Yeah, I do love this album too. This is one of my personal favorites too. It's just edgy, more. I don't know. You know, Agnostic Front was never a studio band. You know, it's really weird. I listen to these records, I'm like, everything kind of sounds a little different than each other. We were always more of a live band. That's why, I mean, yeah, this is one of my personal favorite records. There's a lot of great songs in it too. We had, at that time, Kabula had left the band. Like Steve Martin joined the band. Yep. So did.
It was a going through. It was a sideways thing. This I call it sideways record. Like it's a transitional record for us.
Alan Peters and Will Shepard were both played in a band from Pittsburgh called
that band from Pittsburgh that was called Circus of Death.
Circus of Death. So they joined us, and then Steve Martin joined us, and he was playing with the Straw Dogs, FU Straw Dogs at the time.
Now, I have to mention something. The tour that followed, I experienced one of the craziest show ever on this tour in Chicago area in a place called McGreevy's back in 1988.
Okay.
Probably craziest pit that should have been filmed. Personally, I was involved, like, you know, stage diving. I remember one occasion, just people would be bouncing me up and down, and then threw me back on stage at the same time. You threw a bucket of water, I met that water midair.
Oh,
it was just bizarre.
Shows were wild back
Get that
then,
kid out of here.
Shows were wild back then. It was a really cool time, a really cool place, really, because everything was mixed, you know? Everybody came out and supported.
And then on top of it, there was some kid trying to get in for free through our air conditioning system.
Oh, that always happens.
And got stuck in there. I mean, it was just bizarro, but what a memorable time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This one here is one of my personal favorites because, like I've told you before, we've always been more of a live band, and this really captured Agnostic Front, the live band that we were.
Yeah.
I mean, that we are still. I mean, what am I talking about? What's really cool about this record too is, well, it came out while I was away, while I was on an all-expense government paid vacation, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But what's really cool about it is if you think of any live record in this genre of music, I mean, this is the biggest live album there is out there, especially, you know, very recognizable. It's just as famous as Peter Frampton Come Alive or something, or Kiss
in the world
Live,
of hardcore,
in the world of punk and hardcore.
You know, CBGBs,
This is it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you have a few more live records, but that is the only one I brought because, to me, that defines everything.
Yeah, this defined everything, and every other live record that we've ever had, there's two more, official, we're all live at CB's.
Yeah.
But this is the first one.
Yeah, but that's the one, that's the one
This is the one.
Now that place is gone, what kind of memories do you have of CBGB's?
Oh, and the great memories, you know, it was our second home, you know, so it was great memories.
I had my kid running in there, throwing paper around, and you know,
Tons of really
I can't
great
even
memories.
begin.
It's a time that could never be repeated.
You know.
Cool. One Voice.
One Voice, well, that's came a little bit later. Actually, that came after my all expense government paid vacation.
That's the new era now.
What I really dig about One Voice is very different than every other record.
It is.
Besides the introduction of a more of a new school sound, because if you drop my vocals, you put Freddie's vocals, it'll sound like a Madball record, take the leads out, blah, blah, blah. But what was really, really cool about this record is that it's the only record that's a theme record from front to end. To me, I've always considered this our Quadrophenia, our Pink Floyd The Wall. I'm only saying that because those are albums that were themed albums, front to back. This whole record, lyrically wise, is a theme front to back. It's not like different songs about different little things. It's one song, it's one whole record about one huge event. And that's our Quadrophenia.
And then I recall a show from Medusa's back in Chicago. Medusa's,
I
right?
was doing sound check in there one time, and the head fell. Medusa's head fell.
Plastic.
Because it was like an old ornate theater. You know, in case the people don't know, about the Chicago theaters, the old theaters, and it was, and this big, and from the vibration, man, it just fell. And like it was rolled, the head was rolling. It was like, wow, it was like.
Again, my personal memories from the pit. Somebody's teeth came out, and you guys stopped the show so the guy could find his teeth.
I remember that. Now you mentioned it. I remember that. Yeah.
he found his teeth, and we're back in business.
I remember that. Yeah, it's funny. I do remember.
Yeah, Medusa's, the Vic, the Metro. We played all the clubs
places
around here.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Something's got to give. This one is later on. You know, we took a little break, and
Everyone did.
Everyone did. We came back as the original band that toured Victim in Pain, with Jimmy Coletti on drums, me, Vinnie, and Rob Kabula. And basically, we wrote a whole new album at what we do best, what we play best, which is very similar to our Victim in Pain, obviously.
Yeah.
Because that was the lineup that toured Victim in Pain. And I think we did a great job at collectively.
It's like a throwback.
As a throwback, but as collectively what we did best.
Yeah.
So, it's got a lot of great records. Great songs in it.
Yeah.
And I think about it, tons of it. It was a great comeback record, if you ask me.
Outstanding. Yeah, it was.
Throwback record.
Yeah. Then we follow with Right Upstart. Lars Fredriksson produced this one. What's really cool about this one, there's a lot of good shit about this one. But in this record, Lars inspired me. It's in here somewhere. Here's a note from that, or that'll be me. And let me see if it's in this one. I'm trying to find something there. Well, anyway, it's in here somewhere. Where when we were in the studio, Lars, he inspired me to write a book, which is the book that was just released this year.
We're gonna get to it.
Back in 1998 or 99, when we were in the studio, it was the very beginning of it.
Wow.
Hey, good advice he gives you.
Yeah.
Sure, he wrote a couple of good songs for me too, for the Stigma band. He's the best. Him and Gallo, forget it.
Outstanding.
Yeah, it's cool. It's good to be back in Chicago again too.
Always.
Yeah, it's my kind of town.
Chicago always welcomes.
Frank Sinatra, you know. If he's down with it, I gotta be down with it, you know.
Oh, you've been down with it for a long time.
I know. Yeah, it's different time.
All right, moving on to Dead Yuppies,
Dead Yuppies.
Which to me, I'll be really honest with you, with this record, it was kind of like a downfall between, not with the band, between like the communication of us and the label we were with. And it was kind of like a record.
It was the 9/11 record.
Yeah,
it was 9/11.
But it was just delivered, just kind of like it was like
get
a
out of
breakup,
contract.
a breakup,
One of those
a breakup
things.
record.
Yeah.
And we were kind of like, okay, here's our breakup record, and a lot of things happened with this record that were kind of weird. It was released right after 9/11.
Yeah, 9/21.
So exactly. So there was a lot of problems with it because of the, obviously you see it's supposed to be a dead yuppie, like it fell. And there was an really cool advertisement, video advertisement that the label had made where it was a yuppie falling from the air and it smashing. But it was just, the timing was just awful for everything that just happened. So it was one of those records that was it was our breakup record.
A lot of people did bad after the 9/11 because that's when everyone releases their records, and a lot of records. That's when the record industry, I think, changed. Right after that, the whole world changed.
It's our breakup record with the label we were on.
Yeah, but the whole world changed after that.
But luckily, that was not the end.
That was not the end.
It's not the end. We move on.
Then we returned later on with Another Voice, which was it was an interesting record. I did this one with Jamie Johnson.
Yeah, it's great.
It was great because it was I call it my ignorant record.
Yeah, but we tuned down. This is our first tuned down album.
We tuned down, and we were just ignorant because we were just having fun doing this record.
Yeah, this was
strictly fun.
Yeah.
We would just write songs, just get as really drunk and retardedly.
And Jamie was great, man.
And then going and write a song,
awesome.
we just loved it. We were just doing crazy songs that we were just having a great time writing this record, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was a good, we toured a lot with Hayes.
We did a lot of tour with this record. This was another, you could consider another comeback, another.
Yeah.
We kind of went back to we always recycled ourselves, so we went back to more of a thrashier.
Like a one voice. We went
kind
back
of
to Another Voice.
Exactly.
There you go. It's related.
There you go.
By title.
There you go.
Linked.
And then we followed up with this is Warriors.
Warriors. Look at Roger's back. This is supposed to be Roger, right?
Yeah.
Is that you?
That looks
I
nothing
wanted
like
it to be
my
me.
back.
I got
But
more
if that's
muscle.
what he said.
Maybe the reissue
I got a more
feature that.
See, that's for real. That ain't fake.
That's a real deal, man.
That's the real thing. Hey, well, check out, put my hand, guys. Don't be afraid.
I specifically really,
There you go.
I really like this record. It was this was a record that the band once again grew together again as our new unit from Another Voice. We kind of regrouped a couple new guys in the band, and kind of we were still needing to find ourselves. And this record, we really found ourselves where we wanted to be, and we did a lot of writing on the road with this record, which was really cool. And
that's when we started writing on the road.
Yeah, we started gelling more on the road and writing on
Was
the road.
that something new that the band never done before?
We never done that before, and it was cool. It was necessary too. It was actually fun, because that's how inspired we were with each other. We wanted to keep writing songs, And there's a lot of great songs on this record. I think is For My Family on this one? I think so.
And besides, you know, when you get bored doing, you know, you go on tour, get bored, get on stage, write a record, you know?
Yep.
So, because, you know, people think it's sort of like, you know.
Then we followed it with My Life, My Way, which really was a statement.
Yeah,
this is our statement record.
This is the
I just listened to it in my car right before I came.
Yeah, this one I think has a little bit of everything in our past. It's a little bit of every. It's like a compilation of everything Agnostic Front almost did throughout our whole life career. A little bit of everything. And I really love this record. There's a lot of great.
You even sing a song in Spanish in this.
Yeah. This is the first time I sang a song fully in Spanish, written in Spanish first. Because in Something's Gotta Give, I went back and did 2 songs again, translated to Spanish. It was different.
Yeah.
But this one was written in Spanish, so it was awesome. Let me backtrack just to let you know that this one and this one was already producers on these 2 already to begin with was my brother Freddie, who knew the band better than anyone else, which is what made it really cool working with him.
And I remember Freddie when he was a little guy, still playing with us. Yeah.
And finally, last but not least, another record produced by Freddie, but this one is important to what. This is so relevant. This came out 2 years ago, 2+ years ago, and it's as relevant as it is then as it is today.
Wow.
In fact, maybe even more relevant today, maybe even more. And this is an interesting record for us because we wrote on a road as usual, and the songs we written on a road we all were familiar with. Then I surprised the band with 10 extra songs in the studio that they had to figure out right there and then, 3 shots to get it, and that was it, just to give that urgency, that kind of chaotic urgency feeling that Victim in Pain had or United Blood, that unsurety, but it was kind of okay, you know, everything was a little wild, and I wanted to capture some of that early stuff, and we did, I think.
It was like Back to the Future.
Right, it was a combination of what we were doing today and that urgency and chaotic stuff we were doing.
Outstanding. 35 years then.
35 years.
When you look back, did you think it was even going to be possible to make it happen for that long?
No. Really, no.
Yeah, well, you
but
know.
it's not like it wasn't impossible, you know. It's just we just didn't know. If you would have asked me if you would have told me in 1982, 83 that we were going to be doing what we've done our whole life, I probably would have laughed in your face. I would have been like, "What are you talking about? Are you kidding me?" Like, we were just a crazy band from New York that, you know, voicing our opinions, we wanted to say what we wanted to say, talking about oppression, overcoming oppression, and all this crazy stuff that we had no idea was going to adjust so well to the rest of the world. Yeah, and New York hardcore is probably one of the only scenes that ever bridged the world in such a great way, and I think a lot of it had to do with Agnostic Front and our records bridging and being so like connected to other places all over the world. They felt they were intact with us.
How truthful would you say you are to your original message back from 1982?
Very true. Like I just told you, isn't this as relevant as it was back in 1982? Read the lyrics, you'll see.
So nothing changes?
Well, not really, you know. Like, I mean, life changed.
Right?
We've grown. We're family members. We have kids. We do things a little bit different, but no. As long as there's oppression, we're going to speak about overcoming oppression, and that's the way the band's always been. We talk about unity. We talk about family, respecting one another. You know, we don't let anything like
current events. You know.
Now, a lot of changes took place in the world. Social media dominates everything. You remember the times when people used to make tapes, trade tapes, make flyers. None of it happens.
That's very sad that none of that stuff happens.
How do you feel about what's going on now?
What can you do? You can sit here and complain about it, and which we can if you want to, or we can just move on and know that's what it is. It's our network, our social media back then was called little record stores, in which you went personally, you picked up a record, had a cool cover,
and it had a flyer,
and you saw flyers everywhere. You knew where show to go to. And if you liked that record, it looked really interesting, you play on a turntable. If you really liked it, you checked out all the other bands, you bought that. We networked personally. It was a very personal network. And even writing to a band took a long time to get a response.
Really.
Yeah.
So it's very different.
I know.
I miss the old days. We talk about that in our new song.
I mean,
we miss the old
that's
days,
right.
you know? But it is what it is today. And it's, you know, the new kids will never have what we had, you know? And I cherish that. And those are my great memories and everything I love about the beginning of it all.
Don't forget the struggle.
Don't forget the
Don't
streets,
forget the streets.
Yeah, rabies, man.
Really?
I mean, I remember getting an album, looking at the thank you list, and just picking
Right.
up all the bands that you guys thanked or so, and I'm like, I gotta hear that, I gotta hear that. And
exactly.
before I know it, you know, I was down with all of it. Well, 35 years, you wrote a book. Can you show the book and say a few things about that?
The book, this book is called Miret, Agnostic Front, Grit, Guts, and Glory. It's a story of my life, really, as an immigrant coming to America, and then meeting Vinnie, just being in New York hardcore, being in a band together, touring the world together, and then the next phase is an unfortunate part of my life where I was incarcerated, getting through that, and getting to where I am today. So it's pretty hard, if you think about it, to wrap up my whole life in 300 pages. I did the best I can. So considering it's 35 years and 300 pages, you know, it was a hard thing to do.
Do you guys foresee it stopping?
You know, we're writing songs right now, as you speak today. We have a film coming out at the end of the year, a very personal film about Vinnie's life, my life, and collectively as Agnostic Front. So, you know, as long as we're having a good time and we're enjoying, what's the point of stopping? Like, why would you want to
keep the movie coming out, you know?
We know this is our life. We've been so passionate and such a big part of it. Like, for us to stop would be like giving up on ourselves.
When we don't bring it, then you stop. We bring it. You gotta bring it. You know what I mean? You gotta bring it when you play on stage.
Yeah, and on top of it, the audience is passionate, dedicated,
otherwise
die
don't
hard.
do it.
Exactly.
I'm a big guy like that. Get out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
It's been awesome.